Hey, friends, don't correct other people in front of other people. That's going to be our encouragement, devotional thought for the day. We've been in a story in John chapter 4. You should read the whole story. We're going to read 27 to about 30, but then we're going to talk about that idea. Here's what it says. Just then, his disciples returned and were surprised to find him talking with a woman. But no one asked, "What do you want?" or "Why are you talking with her?" Then, leaving her water jar, the woman went back to the town and said to the people, "Come, see a man who told me everything I ever did. Could this be the Messiah?" They came out of the town and made their way towards him. See what's going on. If you've been following the videos, you might you know. But what's going on is that Jesus, it says that he had to go through Samaria. We talked about this a while ago. He didn't have to, but he had kind of a divine appointment with this lady. And so he went to this well, and when he got there, he sent the disciples away to get food for him and them. Um, and so they split. And right now we're finding the reason why. He knew that he had to meet this woman. He was going to do something in her life, right? That's what the past, I don't know, 10 videos have been about. But I'm sure that he also knew that if the disciples would have been there with him, and as she saw them as she was approaching, she would have never came. He had to have this conversation with her, just person to person. And so Jesus sent the disciples away so this woman would feel comfortable to come up there. They're having a conversation. And then he has that confrontation with her that we talked about a few videos ago. He's pointing out her insanity and how he can help her break that cycle. Um, and then he finally, as we saw in the last video, he tells her, um, "I'm the Messiah." All of this happens person to person. And right after that happens, the disciples show back up. And then she leaves to go tell her community, I've just met a man who told me everything that I ever did. He somehow he knows me. See, here's the big idea. We don't want to correct people in front of others. And the reason is, if you want to make a point, if you want to put your waitress in your place, in her place, or his place, because they did a poor job, right? You do that in front of everybody. Take them down a notch, right? If you're not getting good service at the store, you take them down a notch, right? If you want to get your kids, if you want to put somebody in their place, you want to make a point, you do it publicly. But if you want to make a difference, if you want to get real change, if you want to actually get help, if you don't want to get right, if you want to add value, as we saw in the last video, you do that privately. If you want to make a difference, you give people the dignity of a private conversation. When you point out people's faults privately, you may not get the change that you want, but you're definitely not going to get it if you do it publicly. You're going to get resentment and bitterness. It's only going to build walls that you may not be able to overcome. But if you do it privately, it's your only shot at getting the result that you actually want. See, Jesus would later talk about this. He would say if someone sins against you, and it doesn't have to be like a big grievous thing, it's just if someone offends you, you go talk to them person to person. And then if you don't get the result, you take a friend, right? Imagine it's in a friend group, someone who can make a difference to the conversation. Then you grab somebody else and go, have them go, and you confront them, and then they're going, "No, I'm not like that," and the friend goes, "Yeah, actually, some." See, Jesus taught this is how you get change out of people. You don't embarrass people. You don't come with a list of grievances. You start with a conversation. If you want to make a point, you correct people publicly. But if you want to make a difference, you give people the dignity of a private conversation, at least first. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.